Hey guys, good morning everybody. Today is Tuesday, January 14th. It is 6:21 right now. We got market opening up in about 9 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up this room real quick and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. It's got a few things here to update. And we should be good to go. So good here. So let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. Link sent out. So as people join in, I'm going to go ahead and start marking up liquidity over here. Balance the 8 hour. Going down to the 1 hour. Going down to the 10 minute. Down to the 1 minute. Looks like we are, looks like we're good to go here, guys. So good morning, everybody. Today is Tuesday, January 14th. It is 6:24 right now. We got market opening up in about 6 minutes. Looking at liquidity over here, I marked up liquidity across the chart. First level of liquidity below is at 42,610, and the closest level of liquidity above is at 42,695. This one's probably going to get hit pre-market since it's so close. The next levels are going to be right here on the side. If you guys are looking to mark up the target levels for liquidity, they're going to be right here on the right side. You guys can see this huge green candle right here. This huge green candle is from the PPI news this morning. This is about a 232-point move. This was inflation news that came out right here. The thing with this is that the news was negative, but price pushed up super heavily. So this right here was actually a negative news candle for the PPI. Looking over here at the calendar, we had PPI month over month, which was high impact. It was negative point, or sorry, it was 0.2%. It was forecasted to be 0.3, but it was actually lower. Core PPI was also lower. PPI food, energy, trade month over month was negative. Core PPI month over month was also negative. Everything was pretty much negative for the inflation news. It was inflation news this morning. Everything was negative, but price did push up still. So you guys can see over the past couple of weeks, news has been very manipulative. It's price pretty much moved the opposite of what news announced. Typically, when I would trade news in the past, I would trade opposite. It started to make sense and go normally, but lately it's been going opposite. So we'll see what happens here when market opens. For the breakout today, guys, I'm only going to take the breakout if it's a sell entry. So I'm going to be looking for a sell entry here. I'm going to try to be a little more selective with the breakouts. I'm not going to take every single breakout. Like yesterday, I was mainly looking for a buy and it was a sell, and then I ended up taking the sell. And you guys saw that it obviously did not play out how it should have. So we'll I'll be looking for possible sells today for the breakout. The breakout's not a sell. I'm just going to sit it out for the most part. But if it's a sell, I will take it. Sorry, who's here so far? Morning, Lila. Morning, Christian. Morning, Daniel. Morning, Paul. Morning, everybody. All right, so let me mark the news price right here. See if there's any more news coming up today. Looks like we got the Fed speaking at 7 o'clock. And we have economic optimism at 7:05. So let's put a line right there. Some medium impact news at 7:05. Hey, Glenn, morning. Morning, Soothing. Morning, everybody. Morning, Maria. All right, guys, I'm going to be looking to take some micro scalps today. Looks like the Apex accounts are working, so I'll be looking to take those entries. Looks good there. Now, let me go over here to the clean chart and mark up some zones here. So for the most part, price is pretty much consolidating within this middle area right here. For now, at least. So consolidation is happening between this middle area. Looks like price will probably break out of that area soon. All right, guys, so looking at the breakout for today, it looks like the breakout's probably going to be a buy, so I'm not going to be taking it. I'll be waiting for one that moves in the direction that I actually want it to. Yeah, so it's not looking like we're going to have a breakout for today, which is completely fine. All right, guys, so breakout for today is going to be a buy. Let's sit out on this breakout for today because I was looking for a possible sell here. Yeah, no breakout for me today. We'll follow it, but I'm not going to take it on my accounts. I just think that this manipulated push to the upside is it's a little too high. I mean, obviously, I'm looking for that correction to the downside. So we'll follow it, but I'm not going to take it here. We got market opening up in about 15 seconds. I will be looking for some micro scalps though along the way. All right, guys, we got market open right here. So let's mark that up right there. Not in the positions, following it. So I'm not in the breakout, guys. Just a reminder. I was only going to take the breakout if it was a sell. Price is coming down right now. Finish. So no entry here, guys. I didn't take this entry. Like I said, I was looking for a sell here. I'm glad I didn't take the entry because you can see price did come down. So if I took the sell here, it actually would have hit at least 50 points. Not in the position though. So I'll be looking for some possible entries here shortly. This price continues to close down here. So if this candle closes right here, I'll be looking for some microscopes. Let's see if this candle here closes, microscope's gonna be right there at the low of that candle, 646.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
All right. So I got my pending limit order right there, just waiting below the below that candle right there. So you guys can see my order waiting right here. We're gonna get to a micro scalp here. If this candle closes, I'll move it up a little higher. Candle gonna close in about 10 seconds. I adjusted my trailing there. Yeah, Sam said horrible opening though. Yeah, I agree. So no breakout for me today, guys. Breakout today was a buy. As I said, I was looking for a sell there. So since it didn't come up as a sell, I didn't take it. I just let it, just watch it. Saw it play through from there. We're looking to take some micro scalps here. So as this continues to move up, I'll trail my entry point a little bit higher. If we get a buy signal here, then I'm going to stop looking for entries and I'll be looking for the next opportunity in the other direction. But as of now, just waiting to see where this plays through. Hey, Lamar, morning. All right, I'm gonna move this up a little bit higher in a few moments. There we go. Move the pending limit order for a sell right there a little higher. If this buy signal closes, I'm gonna cancel my order. I'm gonna wait for confirmation of the falling candle, and we'll keep going from there. Yeah, the open today is not really moving. It's really just going back and forth right now. So price is swinging back up. Here's a clean chart. You guys can see price is still within this middle range right here that we talked about earlier. This candle's closing in about 15 seconds. I'll move up my trailing again. I moved it up a little higher right there. We're getting really close to the session, so I'm probably going to cancel my order pretty soon. I don't want to figure out the sessions area. So after this candle closes, I'm not going to move it up any higher. It's too close to the sessions right there where manipulation is likely to happen. So I'll probably be canceling my order there. But I got my pending orders waiting right here. So I put my pending order slightly below the low of the previous candle right there. I don't put it exactly at the low because sometimes like price will get triggered and then it'll just swing back up. I'll put it like about a point below. So slightly below it. All right, we got 20 seconds left on this candle right here. Again, if this doesn't fill, I'm just going to cancel my order. We got about 5 seconds left on the candle. And I'm going to cancel it.
Order canceled.
All right, cancel my order right there. There's a possible momentum reversal right here, but it's right at the session, so I'm not going to take that trade. You technically put your buy limit order waiting right there for it to come up and fill it and push up higher. But because it's here at the sessions, I'm not going to take it. It's in an area of manipulation, of course, as you guys can see. So I will be looking for price to push past this area before I start looking for any more entries. And the market's like kind of dead for today. It's not as volatile and directional as yesterday. Yesterday was actually a really good day. I'm kind of bummed out that like Apex wasn't working because microscalps were hitting all day yesterday. It's all good. All right, so we are going to wait here. Thanks, Daniel. Your opening price, I just put it up right there at 630. It's an area of red flag right here. I don't know what this line is for. I forgot why I put it there, but there we go. So I'm going to be looking for some possible buys here, but I need to wait for this candle to close. I don't want to take any entries around this area right here where the sessions are at. So if you guys want to take a micro scalp right here, you can put your entry as soon as this candle closes at the high of this candle. I'm going to wait though. I don't want to trade around this area. We got opening price. We have the Asia high. It's just a whole area of manipulation right there. I think the news right here kind of screwed up price. So see how this big news candle pushed up like 230 points? This was because of the PPI news, the inflation news this morning. I think price doesn't know where to go. Ideally, it would come down here to fill the gap, right? Because that was a huge candle. That's why I was looking for the sell, but price did not do that. It came down slightly, then it swung right back up. So it kind of doesn't matter which direction you're taking the trades. It looks like you can get stopped out in either direction, to the upside or the downside. So it's a little bit of a mess right here. And we're kind of just sitting in between the sessions. So looking over here at the clean chart, you guys can see I marked up the zones over here. This middle zone right here is basically the consolidation zone. Price has been consolidating within this area for some time now. It's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And of course, right here, sideways, not really much going on there. All right, we got a possible sell signal closing here. If the sell signal closes, we'll be looking for some possible micro scalps to the downside. There hasn't been any micro scalp entries here yet, though. So looking over here from the sell signal, we had a sell signal, price came down. We traced this up here. So we had a pending order right here, right here, right here, right here. Buy signal came up, nothing after that, right? Then if we put a micro scalp entry right here, no entry, no entry. This one right here would have had an entry, but it's right at the session. So obviously I would have messed with that. But this is the only micro scalp that would have came up. It would have came up right over here. So that would have been a quick spike to the upside, quick little profit, but I would have messed with that area there. Still looking to get into these micro scalps, but I need to get I need at least some direction. I mean, we can trade this in a sideways market, but for the most part, I need price to get out of this area of manipulation. So I don't want to be anywhere near these horizontal dotted lines. So this purple line, don't want to be near it. Don't want to be near this blue line. Don't want to be near this green line. Don't want to be near this pink line. Any of these lines here that are dotted that go left to right, I don't want to be near any of them. So it looks like we have a pending sell signal right here. If this is the case, you might be able to get maybe 1 or 2 micro scalps from here down to the session and down to the liquidity down here. I would turn on the liquidity bar, but this is all liquidity right here. You can see from this news candle, it created a huge level of liquidity. And this is why, it's hard to have a direction of price because The thing is, it's just sitting there. Here's a clean chart. Price is going nowhere, just sitting right between the range that I marked up. I marked up this range before market open. You can see price has not gone anywhere since. Just a couple fake outs outside of the range, but for the most part, still stuck within that area. Yeah, Sam said looking for a buy, but from where? LOL. Yeah, I know. Nowhere, right? There's no I mean, it's stuck right here. If you're gonna look for a buy, guys, I would wait for price to be up here first. Let it hit that first level of liquidity right there, and then, obviously let it climb up higher. But like this area right here, this is why I keep saying like the market is so unpredictable, right? Yesterday was like a perfect direction. Price was going straight to the upside. Today, market is like not going anywhere. It's trying to push to the upside, but there is no direction. Daniel's asking a quick question. Yesterday, when you posted the prop firm list, are all the good ones to use or the only ones with the thumbs up? So all the ones I posted are either they're in order from the top to the bottom are okay, are good to okay. So from the list over here, these over here from the thumbs up are good. Like they've been paid out and they're consistent and they're okay. They're good ones. These ones right here are still being tested. So these are like new and still being tested. But these up here are good. Thumbs up and the trophies are all good ones. So they're all ranked from like best to, I guess I wouldn't say not best, but best to like okay. So they get moved up the list. Like if they pay out and they're consistent and there's no problems, they get moved up the list. And in the future, I'll let you know if they get changed, or I'll screenshot it again. But I'm in a group of people who are like Apex admins. Like these are all Apex admins. They're like people who are trading with Apex. They're basically the people who are like the top traders in Apex when they're like huge. And I got put in that group, of course. All people who did well when the Apex Discord closed down, they all grabbed us and then they put us in a separate group. Like basically the main admin of the Apex original group invited everyone that was basically getting paid out and stuff in the previous group. So now they're testing other prop firms and they put them on that list. So I only use the ones, that's why I'm using Tradeify. You can see on their list here, Tradeify is number one, aside from Apex. But yeah, they're number one for the most part. Let's see, Main's asking, is the market green or red at the moment? It's kind of down the middle, Main. So like, I mean, looking at this right here, like I said, the price hasn't really gone anywhere. I mean, ideally, I was looking for price to fill this gap, right? So the price came up super heavy right here. And I was like, all right, there's a big gap right there. I'm looking for price to come back down. So I was looking for that, but now that market's open, looks like it's trying to go back up. So it came down a little bit, consolidating, now it's trying to go right back up. But there's not really much of a direction. You can see over here, that price is still stuck with the middle. So you want to be careful when taking trades up here because price will probably just fake out and then pull back into this area. You guys can see all the fake outs right here, right? Price pushed above it, faked out, came back down. Price pushed below, faked out, came back up. But it looks like price is pushing to the upside. So, just keep that in mind. Yeah, Christian said inside candle, but it's on the red flags. Yeah, this whole area right here, guys, still red flags to me. I wouldn't mess with any trades around this middle area right now. I would need this to push above the liquidity. So basically above this area here, and I can start looking for some possible micro scalps. There's micro scalps that are coming up right here though. So you can see over here from this green candle, there was a micro scalp that came up right there. Pushed up at least like 8 points. So you could have locked in maybe 1 or 2 points right there, maybe 3 points. And then the same one with this one right here. There's like a couple micro scalps that are coming up, like very few. Yeah, Samir said true. Seems like we're in the same position. Yeah, I'm looking to get some entries here, but I need price to break out of this area. Like I'm looking for some buys here, or I'm looking for some sells. It doesn't really matter which direction. I just need price to break out of this this area right here. Look how price is faking out. And then it just pulls back into the range. So I would just wait, guys. Just be patient. There's no need to force anything here. You guys can see all the wicks right here, all the wicks above, all the wicks below. That shows that there's uncertainty in the direction of price. I mean, price is trying to go up and it's trying to go down. Let's take a look over here at the order flow. So looking at the footprint over here, So the delta over here is pretty weak. You can see the delta is like 2, 58, 7, 29, 23. It's trying to push up, but it's having trouble getting past that area. Here's our SR chart. I'll mark up some SR zones. All right, so we got some SR zones right here. This is our support resistance chart. You guys can see it's a little more clear right here, right down the middle. Right down the middle. Price is coming right back down. It did exactly what I just said, right? So I told you guys look out for that fake out because look how price faked out and it pulled right back into the range. So just be patient, guys. There's no entries here. Price is just going back and forth. I mean, I'm really looking to take some micro scalps here, but there's no opportunities at the moment. Again, it's right there. Hasn't really gone anywhere. So looking at the breakout for today, I mean, if the breakout was taken here for a sell, so ideally I was looking to take a sell today, right? I said I was only going to take the breakout if there was a sell. The breakout for a sell is still running right now. I mean, it hit the 50 points and it's still currently running. Like I said, I think this gap right here has got to be filled. This whole gap right here. See how it pushed up? I'm expecting it to come back and balance out price. Because the thing is, the news was negative. So if you look over here at the news, price should came down. There's no reason for it to go up. Everything here was negative for inflation. Price here shot up. So the only logical thing is, okay, correction has to happen, right? So we'll see. The sell signal still hasn't came up, so I can't look for any sells here for any micro scalps. I mean, it's not a good market right now. It's getting close to 7 o'clock too, so I was really hoping to maybe at least get some entries here, but it's just not looking like it. There's a possible V1 variation setting up right here. The only problem is that if you do take an entry, it's going to have to cut through that sessions right there, which obviously I wouldn't be not willing to take a trade in that risky area right there. So V1 variation pattern, but I wouldn't take it because it has to cut through the sessions. Yeah, Samir said, I am just concerned about the money buildup and the recent 3-1 mil one of the peaks. But well, let's do this. Yeah, I know. I agree with you too. 100% with the buildup. I mean, the buildup is like, you guys can see how it's building up right here. Like it's trying to build up and then like the breakout's going to happen eventually, right? You can see here that this consolidation can't be consolidating forever. It's ranging and consolidating within this middle range right here. So if you just focus on just this middle area right here, it's going to have to break out of this area at some point, right? It doesn't matter if it breaks out to the upside. Doesn't matter if it breaks out to the downside. It could break out either direction. So I wouldn't be too focused on like one position yet. So what I would say is wait for price to break and retest this area. And then, okay, look for entries down here, right? Or wait for price to break and retest this area. And then look for entries here. I wouldn't try to get it in like right from this middle because you can get stopped out in both directions. It doesn't matter which direction price goes, you can really get stopped out either way. So unless you're taking micro scalps like what I'm looking for, then okay, take trades in those directions, but for the most part, a little tricky. So micro scalp just came up right here, but it came up a little too quickly. I'll be looking to get a micro scalp entry right here down below this red candle. With the 40 bar. This candle is closing in about 5 seconds.
Order submitted.
I'm pinning order waiting right there in case it comes down. Let's see if it comes down from there. On that wicked area though, so it's probably not going to fill from there.
Order submitted. Order filled. Stop failed.
All right, so I got out for a small profit right there.
Order filled.
Got out for a little bit, like $100. It's all good. So there goes a small little micro scalp right there. I'll wait for the next one. Try to get it again right here. Candle's closing in about 5 seconds. I'll put my pending order right there. So you guys heard those cha-ching noises. If you guys heard it, it was basically my stop loss getting moved in profit. So another pending order waiting right there below it. Small little profit there. Yeah, locking 103. So nothing crazy. We got 30 seconds left on this candle. If the candle doesn't trigger it, then I'm gonna move it up a little bit higher.
Stop failed.
That was nice. I locked in 530 on that trade. 605, 825. Okay, that was a good one. That was a good one right there. I'm up 805. Well, they're all kind of split around. So like some accounts got 825, some got 315, some got 605, some got whatever. But that was a good little drop right there. Try to get in again right here.
Order submitted.
Got my pending order right there. That was a nice entry right there, guys. So you guys can see this is what I was looking for the the big move. Basically the big move to happen right there, which you did, knocked out liquidity or aim for it. And I'm waiting for this next opportunity for a micro scalp. Nice. Sam got 900 on it. Did you take that sell with me? That's pretty solid. You guys see how that? All right, there we go. Oh yeah, there we go.
Order filled.
Oh man, that was fast. All right, I'm up like 1,000. All right, I'm gonna chill right now. We're at the sessions. I'm up 1,000. Man, the slippage. Well, I don't know if it's slippage or it's just the trades are moving way too fast. I'm up 1,000 pretty much on like half the accounts, and then I'm basically up 1,000 across all the accounts for the most part. So nice work, Sam. So Sam got into that micro scalp with us right there. So these are, you guys can see all the entries, like it's all happening on my chart here, right? So you guys can see my sell entry, my exit, my sell entry, my exit down here, my sell entry, my exit way down here. I'll try to get some more, but it's getting close to 7 o'clock, so I might be wrapping this up soon for the micro scalps. My cutoff is around 7 o'clock, so. And we're right here at the session, so I'm just gonna chill for a little bit, wait for this to push away. We got 5 minutes till. Nice, Samir's on that sell. Solid, Samir. So I was looking for that sell today. I mean, looking at the, okay, so the breakout over here did hit for a sell. So like I said, I was looking for that sell today for the breakout. Since the sell didn't come up, I didn't take it, but you guys can see if the sell was taken, it would have came down pretty nicely. Brock's out too. Nice profit, guys. If you guys have profit to share, feel free to send them in. Once it hits 7 o'clock, I will be done with my micro scalps, and then I'll take a screenshot of my profits. Barack said those pivots are bay for Yeah, Sam said nice one on the sell, guys. Yeah, I know you're looking for a buy initially, right, Sam? But there just was no opportunities here for a buy, so I'm glad you flipped over to a sell with us. I mean, really taking these micro scalps are they're pretty much, it's logical, right? Like I'm taking them in the direction of momentum. So guys, if you guys are new here and you guys want to learn these strategies or you guys want access to my tools, like if you want to, the thing is my cutoff is 7 o'clock for my trading, but if you want to keep trading all throughout the day, these micro scalps happen all day. The only prop firm I would recommend using it with is Apex. Don't use it with Tradeify because you have to take 50% of your trades for more than 5 seconds. These trades, you can see they run for like maybe a couple seconds before you get stopped out in profit. So Yeah, if you guys want to learn these strategies or if you guys want to get mentored by me, I'm mentoring one person per month. So every month I'm just mentoring one person. There's one person that I'm mentoring right now, and they just sent me their profits for this. They did it. They actually locked in more than me. Because they took a bigger contract size, but they did pretty great. You guys can see here on my trading view though. So if you guys want to follow me, if you guys just want to follow what I'm doing, my orders are getting placed on the chart. So you'll see my orders on the chart, and then you'll see my trailing stop followed in profit. But yeah, if you guys want to learn this, I mean, I think this is an easy way to make about 1,000. My goal is to make like 1,000 to 2,000 for the day. I'm at 1,000 already, so I'm pretty much at the goal, and my cutoff is 7 o'clock. So once it hits 7 o'clock right here, this is where market volatility starts to kind of die down a little bit. The thing is, the volatility was kind of dead throughout the morning session, so it might pick up later. So that's what I was saying. Like, if you want to keep trading later, I think the market consistency may pick up like past 9 o'clock. Right now, there's volatility, but there's no direction. So here's the clean chart again. You can see it's at the lower end that I marked up here. So it's just hanging out down here. It's been going back and forth. All right, it's about to be 7 o'clock. So I'm gonna wrap it up with these micro scalps. Let me take a screenshot of my profits for the day so that you guys can see what I locked in. All right. I'm done taking my micro scalps for the day. It's about to be 7 o'clock. There's another micro scalp that came up right here, but it was at the sessions. I would mess with it. There's another one right here too, but I had to cut into the sessions right there. I mean, technically you could have taken it for a little bit, like at least a few points. Dropped about 20 points there. So you guys will see my profits are a little scattered. I hate that that when you take a screenshot, it doesn't take the it doesn't show you the orders here. So I have to actually screenshot this myself. I'll just screenshot this whole thing right here. That's cool. No? Hey, I just want to make sure that you guys can see like my orders right here, which you guys can. So I put that in Discord. Here are my profits, guys. So that's kind of crazy, but profits from today's scout session. Yeah, so here are my profits. Locked in 1,125. This is my main account. 765 on these, 1,055 on this one, 765 on this one, 980 on this one. You can see they're kind of all over the place because obviously there's going to be some slippage when these trades are closing out so quickly. And the one down here locked in 1,055. So in profit total we'll say about like 19,000, 18,000 around there. It's 20 accounts here. These are my 20 Apex accounts. I wish I could take them on every account, but I can't. I can only take them on Apex. I want to open a new personal account though. So I'm gonna do a personal account where it's just for these scalps. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna open a new personal account just for these micro scalps. because I don't want to mix it with the hedge account. So I'll see how they work with the personal live accounts, and then if they work well, then maybe I'll start executing these trades on the hedge accounts, because I think this is pretty nice to just trade between 6:30 and 7, and then lock in like obviously all these profits. So like I said, my goal every day is to lock in about 1,000 to 2,000 per day. I'm only gonna be looking for these micro scalps between 6:30 and 7. And I'll take a screenshot of this pretty much every day so you guys can see all of the orders. And if you guys want to rewatch this live session, you can do that as well. But all right, so I'll look for some actual, like some normal scalps here now. We need to get a buy signal here first. We got some medium impact news coming up here at 7:05. 7:05, we've got TIPP Economic Optimism Index. So we got that coming up shortly. Yeah, Sam said, yep, looking for buy, but needed it to come down. No point in buying up top. Samir said, pulling out now, Brock, you countered, LOL. What are pivots? Yeah, so the pivots are right here. They're these, you see these ribbons right here, Samir? Where it's like you have the green, the blue, the orange, the red. These are pivots. So you can see how price kind of pivots when it gets down to those points. They can be used for different things. So they can be used for identifying pivot bounces. So see how price is bouncing off the pivot right here? You can identify that to read price actions. You're like, okay, price is rejecting off a structure. The pivots act as like a dynamic structure. So it's like support resistance, but it follows price. You can also use it to identify trend. So if price is below and the pivots are angling down, this indicates that price is in a bearish trend. When price is above the pivots and the pivots are angling up, this indicates that price is in a bullish trend, right? So you can use it for one to identify trend, and you can use it for two to identify bounces. So like when you put all these tools together, so say for example, you have a sell signal here, right? You have a sell signal, price is below the pivots are angling down, you see price come up and bounce off the pivot. It can give you an idea that that's likely price action for price to continue dropping lower. But it just depends on how you read price action. Let's see. Thanks, Lamar. Yeah, Lamar said I'm comparing our charts. I guess there's a 3-minute lag on the YouTube stream. Yeah, there's a little bit of a lag on the YouTube stream, guys. So if you guys want live access to this and you guys want to be on the Zoom, then you guys can get access on the website. So the YouTube is delayed, but the Zoom is real time. If you guys want to get access to the real time Zoom, like say for example, you don't care to learn how to trade, right? You just want to follow these micro scalps. So you want to see where my orders are being placed. Just go to the website, go to kodikaitrades.com, and then click on Kodi Kai live trading room right here. This is how you'll get access to the live trading room that's real time, so that you won't get any lag. You'll just see exactly where these entries are taken. I mean, basically, if you would have taken these trades today, you would have paid off the room already with like 1 or 2 trades, right? Because we only took about like 3 trades for the day, and out of 3 trades, I logged in 1,000. And they were quick little micro scalps. So worked out perfect. At 7:04 right now, we got news coming up in about a minute, guys. So just keep that in mind. Samir said, I'll need the indicators too. Do they work on NinjaTrader? So unfortunately, they don't work on NinjaTrader right now. We're working on converting the code language to NinjaTrader. They're currently only on TradingView. So for me, when I trade, I don't trade on actual TradingView right here. I trade on NinjaTrader, but I just do my analysis on here. So I'll do my analysis on TradingView, and then I have 2 different laptops right here on my left side where I execute my trades on NinjaTrader. So I just put my pending order like, wherever it needs to be. But the thing is, if you have the setup here, you can technically, or you can enter your trades on NinjaTrader. I mean, on TradingView, if you wanted to. Like you can just enter it on there and then let it run through. But yeah, the tools are only on TradingView for right now. The thing is, the code is so specific to TradingView, because the thing is they always update the language and it's up to date, that it doesn't translate over to NinjaTrader exactly. So that's where it becomes a problem, because the momentum here is what we really need, right? The momentum indicator is what tells you the direction of price. So yeah, if you want to take these micro scalps, it's really just following the momentum here. So if momentum here is for a buy, your micro scalps would be for a buy here. So there's another micro scalp that came up right here. So you would have put your pending buy limit right there, and it would have pushed up a little bit to hit your TP. Again, right here, there's another one. But like I said, my edge is between 6:30 and 7. We tried to do this. If you were on the live session last Friday, we did it like pretty much all session, and there's a ton of entries. But what happened is we started taking some losses here once we get past 7 o'clock. So these were the entries from last Friday. I took like 19 entries, and they were good. They were good until 7 o'clock. So you can see right here, these all hit. And then at 7 o'clock, market went sideways a little bit. So it got a little tricky. So I'm just going to stick between 6:30 and 7. If the volatility starts to get better and we have a consistent volatility all throughout the morning session, then I'll continue to trade more during, past 7 o'clock. But as of now, I'm pretty happy with what I did right here. I only took about 3 trades and I locked in, well over 1,000, of course. So it's pretty solid. Oh, nice. Yeah, so Samir is on Rhythmic. I personally don't like Rhythmic. I've used Rhythmic before the Top Step, and it always had connection issues. So I personally don't like using those at all. Here's some profits from Lila. Lila locked in 708 for the day. You killed it, Lila. So you did pretty good on Friday and you did good today. I think this might be your strategy, Lila. You've been on fire with these entries here. So I'll put your profits over here, Lila. Yeah, she's killing it. She locked in 708, and then last Friday she locked in 1,324. It's crazy. So if you keep this consistent, Lila, every day, imagine doing this every day, 1,000 every day, lock in 5,000 by the end of the week. If you could do that through multiple accounts, you'll lock in. That's crazy. You just think about the math there. 20,000 a day, or close to 20,000 a day, 20 accounts times 5. That's like 100K in a week. That's nuts. That is nuts. Yeah, there was an inside candle right here. So if you guys are looking for that, the inside candle came up, but it was right next to the news price. Wouldn't have messed with that one. Let's see. Samir's asking, the indicators on your screen, these are all custom by you or the K2 team? These are all custom by me. So I created all the tools on the screen right here. I also have a liquidity indicator that's right here too. It's kind of messed up because of the big price gap right here. It basically identifies gaps in the market. So that's how we identify the liquidity. Usually there's not going to be a huge gap right, or a huge zone right here, but you can see the smaller liquidity in between. And then the tool down here as well. So these tools right here, this identifies the ATR, average true range. And down here we have the trend meter, which identifies the trend for the specific time frame. And then down here we have the divergence. So looking at momentum, how it diverges. These are all mine. These are all my custom indicators. I created them myself. Like basically what I did was I was trading specific price action strategies, and I needed something to help me identify things quicker because I trade on the 1 minute, right? So I need to identify the trend very quickly. I need to identify momentum. I need to identify pivots, high lows, liquidity, etc. And I just created all of these tools on my own. So they're specific to my trading style, but you can use them for whatever you like. Like if you just want to identify trend, you can use the trend indicators. If you want to identify price balances like this right here, you can use the pivots. If you want to identify, like for these horizontal lines right here, this green, purple, and red line down below, I created this as well to identify where the session high lows are. Because what I started to realize is I keep getting stopped out where these session high lows are. So I created this indicator so I don't trade around those points. So they're just always on my chart. You can see here where the manipulation is happening. See the purple line? This is a no-go area for me. So this area right here, I know not to trade around those areas. Down right here, we have the New York high. Not trading around that area because I tend to lose around those points because price always seems to get manipulated around that area. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, Samir, if you want to try it out, you can try it out for free, like risk-free for 7 days. If you want to just try out the tools for like a whole week and see how you like them and if they bring you more profitability or more consistency, you can continue using them. Just go on the website. So go to the website, kodikaitrades.com, and then click on your 7-day free trial access right here. If you don't like it, then cancel. Just no hard feelings. I'll still be here on the YouTube stream, so you can still come up and trade with us here, or you can hop on the Discord and chat with the team here as well. But if you want to try them out, you can try them out completely free. And if you don't like them, then it's fine. You can cancel. Let me see. Jermaine's question is asking, how exactly does a microscalp strat work? So the way that the microscalp strat works is it's a very logical strategy. So the way that it would work, or the way that it works is, so see our entries right here, Jermaine? We have a sell signal right here, right? So wherever the momentum is going, so if we have a sell signal, I'm only taking microscalps in that direction. Right here, we have a buy signal for a bullish momentum signal. I would only take buys here. So for example, right here, we had the sell signal. Basically, as soon as the sell signal closes, I wait for a confirmation candle. And then right here, as soon as this candle closes, I put a sell limit weight right here. So I put my sell limit waiting right below it. So when price comes down, it fills it, and I got a trailing stop. So with my trailing stop, whenever I get 1 point in profit, my stop loss gets moved in profit. So I guarantee profits right away. So as soon as this pushes down, I'm guaranteed profits, and then it just follows it down every point. So every time it moves down, my stop loss follows it. And then when it swings back up, I get pulled out in profit. That's why I took this entry right here. So for this entry, my entry was waiting right there. It filled it, and as it came down, so you can see my entry happened up here, right? This red arrow right here is where my entry came in. And then as it came down, as it pushed up, that's where it pulled me out. Same with this one, right? I entered this position, I entered right there. And then as soon as price came down, it closed me out down here. Same with this one. I put my position right there, it came down, filled my order, closed me out right there. So it's pretty much just, I'm moving in the direction of momentum. And then again, right here, we have a buy signal. The entry would have been right here, wouldn't have filled, moved it to this candle, filled right there, got some profit. Put another entry right there, pushed up, got some profit. Entry right there, pushed up, got some profit. So you guys see the logic behind it. It makes sense. Like that's the thing with like the strategy. It just makes sense because you're trading in the direction of momentum. You're just riding momentum in wherever it goes. So if price is going down, you ride it down. If price is going up, you ride it up. So again, if we get a sell signal here again, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna write it down, right? Because that's pretty much where I would take it. It's just super fast. It's like a super fast strategy. You have to be focused though. Like I don't think you could do this on like you'd have to have like the Ninja Trader platform, because you want to have that trailing stop, or your platform that you're trading on, you would have to have a trailing stop so that you can get in and out very quickly, because you're just following it down. And that's why I took these entries right here. I'll cover this in the next mentoring session. We'll have a mentoring session next Monday, and I'll just cover them in examples so that you guys can see. If you guys have the tools, I would recommend that you guys go and back test it. Surin last weekend, he back tested this on a ton of different assets. He looked at it on NQ, ES, gold, oil, silver, and they work pretty much on every asset. It's crazy because it's so simple and straightforward that people don't even think about this. I know everyone's trying to catch the tops and bottoms, right? That's like the main thing everyone tries to do. They try to catch the top, they try to catch the bottom. But the thing is, if you just focus on like what's actually happening with the price action, you can just write this down and make, X amount of profit. So just, just keep that in mind, guys. I'm still looking for entries here, but obviously it's not looking like it. We're right at the sessions right now. So it's not a good area to be trading at. Yeah, no problem, Samir. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to me. If you want to join the Discord, join the Discord, right? If you go down to the description below this live session, there's a link there for the Discord. So you can join the Discord, and if you want to talk to me directly, feel free. If you have any questions, or you want me to, if you want me to sit down with you one-on-one, I can show you how these work, how the strategies work, and tools. And then, yeah, hopefully it works out for you. I mean, it works out for everyone else, I'm assuming. And as long as you know how to use it properly, and it seems like your trading IQ is up there, right? You're not like someone who's looking for that holy grail. Like you're going to be using these tools for a specific reason, which is key. There's no holy grail out there, guys. Just remember that. There's no holy grail. It's just depends on how you can be consistent with your specific trading style and your specific trading strategy, and being able to adapt with the market. Let me scroll up real quick. I think I missed a couple of questions. Vincent's asking, what's your TP stop loss on the micro scalp? So for the micro scalp, Vincent, I have my TP set to 100 and my stop loss set to 10. I don't plan on hitting that 100, but I just have it there because so I don't get closed out too early. So this is what my TP stop loss looks like for all of my micro scalps. Because in case I get that huge breakout, right? And then price pushes up, then I'll get stopped out right here. Like I don't get stopped out too early. I'm not gonna get stopped out right here, right here, right here. I'll get stopped out like way down here. Or way down here actually. So my TP stop loss is 100 TP, 10 stop loss. So if I ever take this micro scalp, you know, if it ever pulls up, it's like I get closed out really quickly. But if it goes down, then I get saved. The thing is, if this goes down at least 1 point, I'm like guaranteed profit already. So like if it even goes down like right here, I guarantee like 1 point. If it goes down right here, I guarantee 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, etc. But like for example, this entry over here, see how this one came down super heavy? I got out like way down here versus like right there. Daniel's asking, are you copying all 20 on the micro scalps now? Yes, Daniel, I am. That's why it looks all funny on my profits here. My profits over here look kind of funky because there's slippage, of course, right? If you're copying 20 accounts for a micro scalp, there's going to be slippage here and there. So like some of these locked in more than others. But it's all good. Like there's going to be some stragglers there. Of course, it's always going to happen. So I'm going to try to copy this on my personal account, but I gotta see, hopefully it works. If it doesn't work, it's gonna be an issue, but hopefully it does work. I'm just gonna copy it on one first and I'll see what I'll do with the other ones if they work. All right, guys, we currently have a buy signal here, but again, price is just sitting at the session. So like I said earlier, this is not an area to trade in. See how price faked out below here? Came right back up. So like I said earlier, guys, if you want to trade in here or if you want to trade directional, wait for price to actually break out of this area and stay above this area. Or if price breaks below, look for it to break below and stay below. Right? You don't want to trade within this middle area unless you're doing micro scalps like what I'm doing. Because if you're taking these micro scalps, you can get in and out very quickly, but you won't get caught in these fake outs. There's too many fake outs here. It's not a good area to be trading in right now. So I drew these zones here before market even opened. And you can see price has not gone anywhere yet. Expect a possible fake out here and a pull back down. Like expect it, but you know, this can also happen. Expect this, but hope for this, right? So you expect this to bounce off and come back down, but hope that this will happen. Because if that's the case, you can now take some buys around that area. Well, I just saw your message right now. About it. I'm adding you to the W2. I said, praise the Lord, all because of your amazing teachings. Yeah, definitely. CJ said, I think I like the micro scalp strat better than the market flow V2, and that says a lot. Yeah, I mean, personally, I like the market flow V2 as well, CJ, but the problem is like the market hasn't been flowing, right? It hasn't really been flowing too much, so it's been really difficult for us to take those market flow V2s. Like I think there was one that came up right here. Price came below. Yeah, it looks like there was possibly one that came up right here, market flow V2. The only problem is that we can't really get a big push from these entries. See, like if you're going for that 30 points right here for the market flow V2, it's really difficult to get down here because the sessions are so close. I mean, personally, I still think the market flow V2 is a good strategy. It's just these aren't the type of markets to be trading it in. Like for example, right here too, price came above, came back for this retest. Entry would have happened right there at the 70. So the strategy is hitting. It's just difficult because it's so close to the sessions. All right, so there goes that fake out I just warned you guys about. Remember, I said look out for this area here. It's going to fake out and pull back down. And that's exactly what happened here. It's just, this type of market that we're currently in, there's no direction. There's volatility, but there's no direction. You can see from below here, the ATR is at 27, so market's moving. It's just not moving very smoothly. There's a possible V1 variation right here, guys. For you guys who are looking for a buy, there's a double wick rejection. The only problem again is that it's going to be at the sessions, and never mind, take that back. There's no double wick. This candle just broke below it. But again, this area right here, it's an area of manipulation. If you want to take this for a micro scalp, guys, you have some space down here. So the micro scalp entry would happen right here. So I'll follow the micro scalp. I'm not necessarily looking to take it, but I will follow it here. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. It's pushed away from the sessions right here. Your micro scalp pending limit order for a sell would be right here at 42,665. And if this candle doesn't close in, it moves up a little higher. It's right there. Let's see, Lamar said, so without the trailing stop, the micro scalps would be difficult to capture, right? They would be difficult. I wouldn't say impossible, but they would be difficult, yes, because you have to have some really quick fingers. Lamar, you'd be able to, you'd have to like set your pending order, and then you have to drag it yourself manually. So like, for example, here's the entries running, guys. Entries currently running right now. If you wanted to use this trade, you'd have to manually move your trailing stop down. Like you move it down right there and you get stopped out in profit. See what it locked out? About 8 points right there, 8 or 7 points in profit. So you'd have to have some quick fingers to like be able to enter the position and put your trailing stop in profit like super, super quickly, and then just trail it. That's why I like the trailing stop, because it's all automated. So if you guys take the trailing, micro scalp right here, guys, it went down for a quick 8 points. So entry again, like I said, happened right here. It was actually a perfect entry. It was really good. It was right there, and then see right there, it came down about 8 points. So I think the delay of Lamar isn't like, it's not 3 minutes like you mentioned. It's like 10 seconds. But I mean, those 10 seconds makes a huge difference if you're looking for these entries, of course. So it's not I don't think it's 3 minutes. I think 3 minutes is like if it's 3 minutes behind, you should just refresh your YouTube, because I think it's off by like maybe 10 or 15 seconds. But yeah, 3 minutes is a little pushing it. Vincent's asking, what's my trailing stop at? My trailing stop is at 1 point. So right here, Vincent, whenever it moves in profit, I guarantee 1 point. So like if I would have taken this entry here, like see how it filled right here? When it goes down 1 point, so see right here, it's at 42,665. When it goes down to 64, I'm in profit. 63, it's in profit, and it just follows by 1 point. So the trailing stop just keeps coming down until it pushes back up, and then it stops out in profit. The settings are on the Discord. Vincent, if you want to see, I posted them yesterday, so they're right here. I can just tag you in it. Yeah, if you want to copy it, that's where I set it to. 1 point. Makes it super quick. Honestly, with your type of trading style, Vincent, I think you'd like this strategy, because I know you like to get in and out quickly too, or you like to just be, blocking your profits. The only thing with this, guys, that like I said earlier, is my cutoff is 7 o'clock, because you guys can see how the volatility here kind of slowed down a little bit. It's not going to be like that every day. Some days it's going to be volatile 6:30 to 7. Some days it's going to be volatile 7 to 8. Some days it'll be volatile later in the day. But if you go back and test this, I think CJ even mentioned it over here in the chat. Yeah, CJ said over the weekend I went back and reviewed live videos from the summer and back test the micro scalp. It worked then too. Yeah, for me, I can go back like pretty far in data. So I can go back to summer and I can actually back test it. But if you guys are ever curious and you want to go and back test this, just go back to like a previous day. Go back to like yesterday. So for example, yesterday was Monday. you can go back to the New York session from Monday. And you guys can see over here. So this is like at 9 o'clock. This is what I mean. Like if you want to trade past 8 o'clock, so I'm done trading at 8. If you have my indicators and my tools, you can keep trading. So for example, I was done trading here at 8 o'clock, right? But if you wanted to trade at like 9 o'clock, see right here, there's a sell signal. You'd have an entry right here. So your trailing stop or your micro scalp would happen right there. A win right there, a win right there, a win right there, win right there, win right there, win right there, no entry, win right there, no entry, and another win right there. So if you look at this over here, you can see there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins that happen right here at 8:47. And then at 9 o'clock, see how there's a buy signal? You would take a trade right here, you win on that trade, win on that trade, win on that one, win on that one, win on that one for sure, no entry, win on that one. And there's like, you guys can see there's a ton of entries here that you guys can take. So you don't have to trade between 6:30 and 7 like I do. You can trade all day if you want. But the thing is, I don't want to sit at the computer all day. So I get my profits between 6:30 and 7, and then I'm done. The volatility you can see here, it picks up at 9 o'clock. So as long as you guys have my tool, my momentum indicator, you know exactly which direction I'm traded. Because imagine if you were taking sells here, you get screwed because B gets momentum. So yeah, if you guys want to try it out, you guys have access to the indicators. If you guys wanted to try it out for like a week and see if you like it and make a profit on Apex, I mean, this is like an easy way to pass your Apex really quickly. Because if you could sit at your computer all day and you can just do this for like maybe like a couple of days straight, you'll be able to pass your Apex evals. It's a quick and easy way to do it. And the thing is, like, Apex is like the only prop firm that allows micro scalping. So it's a little thing that like I feel like a lot of people like don't pay attention to because it's not allowed for a lot of these prop firms. The reason why these prop firms don't allow micro scalping is because it's so fast. They're not able to copy your trades, right? You guys can see my copier here is kind of screwed up a little bit because it's hard to copy the trades when they're happening so fast. Like I think this is the one that probably got screwed the most because I got like 1,000 and then this one only got like 700, which is okay. I mean, it happens. Or this one got 615, probably like half the profit. But I mean, it is what it is, right? Just gotta deal with it. Let's see, Samir said, I see momentum divergence on your screen. Is it based on price movement or volume changes? It's based on both, Samir. So it's based on both. So you guys can see how it kind of shifts a little bit, right? See how it moves down here? So when price is going up and there's volume, see how this candle, price goes up, but the candle is huge, right? So there's a lot of volume on this candle. You can see like it starts to spread out. So let me just zoom into this a little more, or I can zoom in a little bit right here. Like you can see when the volume is there, it starts to spread out and you can kind of chase it. So like, for example, if price kind of like, if you see a big candle on the chart, and then like you see a big candle and then you see it start to spread out, you're like, that could be your trigger or your catalyst to like enter a buy. Like before the buy signal even comes up, see how it crosses right here, it goes from red to green, and then it spreads out really big because there's a big volume candle right here. That could be your catalyst, like, okay, it's time to enter this position. Stop loss is right there, and then you pretty much ride it to the next structure. Or you can just ride it until it flips again. So you ride it right there, and then when it flips back to red right here, that's where you close out. This area right here, when the volume comes back down. Let's see. Y'all's asking, isn't the trailing too small? 1 point is sniperish. Not really, because for the micro scalps, that's what you're aiming for. You're aiming for like at least 1 point. Because if you lock in 1 point, you're like pretty much guaranteeing profit. Because the thing is, if you're trading like one contract, so say if you have one contract, here, I'll do the math for you. So if you're doing one contract times 5 times 1, you're making $5 on that trade, right? If that's just a one contract trade, I'm not trading one contract though. But if you're doing that, your commissions and fees is gonna be $2.70. So you make $5 gross on the trade minus 2.7. This is gonna, oh shit, my bad. So $5 minus 2.7. This is gonna be your net profit. But again, I'm trading like 15 contracts, so times 15. Like that's how much I would make per point. So the thing is, for these micro scalps, you're looking to get these 1 points until you get the bigger moves. So like if you look at the trades from Friday. So see on Friday over here, we had a couple 1 points. So we had like maybe 1 point here, 1 point here, then we had a big 5 point, 10 point, 8 point. So you're just micro scalping until you get those bigger moves. You're locking in like 1 point here, 1 point here. So you're locking in like peanuts, you know, a couple dollars, it's up to like a couple $100 until you get those bigger moves. So you're kind of just waiting and just getting those low-hanging fruits. You're getting like a couple dollars here, a couple dollars here, then boom, big $100 move, and then boom, big $500 move. Because from last week, we locked in like, I mean, the profits from last Friday were like way more. If you look at everybody's profits here, like Stern locked in 1,200. CJ over here locked in about like 15,000 on last Friday. Rashida locked in like 7,000 right there. Because you're locking in those small 1 to 2 point moves until you get the bigger move. Like for example, here, the first one I locked in like maybe 1 point, right? And then this one over here I locked in like 5 points. And then this one I locked in like 10 points. So it like added up. You got like maybe like $30 on this trade, and then maybe like $200 on this trade, and then like close to 1,000 on this one. And that's how it added up to my net PL for the day. And you can see the fees there. The fees that you can see the fees are like it deducts it a little bit. So I made gross 1,125. I kept 985 after commissions and fees. So it's a little different. But it's not really a sniper entry because you're not sniping any entries. You're just you're catching the momentum, and then your trailing stop is following it. So you guarantee profits. Yeah, exactly. So Yale said, okay, I get you. Sometimes there's momentum pushing further in your direction, and the trail secures them. Yeah, exactly. So I'm just guaranteeing profits. And then when it pushes really far, then I'm getting the bigger move. Like sometimes it'll push down, I'll get like 1 point, 2 points. And then for this one over here, push down way down here. So I got like, 5, 10 points on that one. And it adds up. It's just being logical, guys. Like I'm not creating something that's like next level. Like this stuff, this is how like a lot of the hedge funds trade. Like, these hedge funds have like they have these algorithms that just keep entering and closing positions very quickly, right? But they have like millions of dollars. So like, for example, I'm making like maybe a couple hundred, a couple $1,000 here, but they're making like millions off these little moves. Like they're just going for 1 point. Like if you do the math here, so let's do the math real quick. So for me, I'm doing 15 contracts times 5 times maybe we'll say 2 points. We'll keep it very simple, 2 points, right? So I make 150 on that trade. Like you think about these hedge funds, they're doing like, we'll say like 1,000 contracts, right? So, or they're doing like 10,000 contracts times 5 times 2 points. So they're making like 100,000 on a 2 point move while I'm making like 150. So see the difference? If you can go heavy on contract size, I mean, obviously you can't do that with Apex, but I'd have to copy the accounts. But you can see the numbers are huge. So it's a pretty interesting way to trade it. And if you can find your little sweet spot, like my sweet spot is 6:30 to 7, you can lock in some pretty good profit around that time. But again, if you want to trade all day, I mean, you can do that as well. So looking over here, you can see prices going sideways, but there's micro scalps that have came up right here. We have a sell signal. I'll just show you a couple of micro scalps here. There's one right here that hit, obviously came down. This one over here, there's no fill, no fill, no fill. On this one right here, it came down. That would have been a pretty decent profit. Right here, it came down, pretty decent profit, decent profit. Again, right here, 1 point maybe. Right here, 1 point, maybe a couple points right there. So you guys can see there's a lot of micro scalps that came up right here, maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 entries within this little period. I don't like trading in the sideways market though, because sometimes the spread goes up. So if you look over here, the spread's a little high, it's at 2 points right now. So it's gonna be hard for you to get out at 1 point. So I don't like trading when the volatility is flat like this. It's not good. It's not a good place to trade because you could get trapped in the position. Like price would have to move at least 2 points for you to get out. Right there, the spread's at 3 points now. Normally spread's at 0. It's like 1 or 0. Right now the spread's a little wide. Let's see, question from Samir. Samir is asking, last one, you had footprint on your screen earlier. Is Kodi Kai indicators reading from it? Do they have some sort of relationship? Yeah, so again, Samir, if you want to trade the footprints right here, you can turn the indicators on the footprint. So if you want to look at momentum right there, they work with it. They can read the footprints. So see how like right here, there's a momentum coming down. You can read the footprints, and the footprints, I don't trade footprints, but if you trade footprints, you can use them in conjunction. So if you want to trade liquidity, you can turn on the liquidity indicator. It'll show you where liquidity is sitting with the footprints. If you want to trade the high lows, you can turn on the high low indicator. Like for example, here, see how there's a higher high? And you can read the footprints here. If the footprints start to get weaker, you'll see it went from 18 delta to negative 79. You could have entered a sell like right there. And then roll this down. So these tools work with pretty much, it doesn't matter what kind of chart you trade on. Like if you want to trade, like one thing that a lot of people like to trade on is the Heiken Ashi. I don't like trading Heiken Ashi, but if you wanted to trade that, you can go to those candles here and they still work. They don't come up very often because they're like, it's a double momentum indicator, but you can see over here, if you want to trade Heiken Ashi, see how the sell signal comes down, and you can turn on the pivots here too. Like they work with everything. Like it works on all assets. It works on, like you don't have to trade YM either. If you want to trade something like NQ, you could trade NQ with the same tools. You want to trade NQ with footprints, you can do that as well. It's just up to your preference. I mean, like, these tools work, they're universal. So they work on all assets. Like again, right here, if you want to trade this, see how there's a sell signal? The delta was like negative 387 or negative 381. You could have used that as a catalyst, like, okay, momentum's coming down. There's sellers in the market. At that point, you could have entered your sell right there and roll this down. It's a big drop right there. Or if you want to look at the footprints over here, this too. There's a buy signal here, like delta is 444. That could have been your catalyst to enter a buy. Then you could have just rolled this up right there as well. So kind of depends on what you want to use it for. There's no one way to use it. Let's see. Yeah, Samir said I'm using cumulative delta volume and VWAP. I'd like to see how this works. Might have to get another screen for trading view. I know, yeah, I have like 5 screens here actually, Samir. I got one main one here with just trading view. I got one here for my breakout entries. I have one right here for my scalps. I have one for the chat, and I have one down here as well for the Zoom. So I got a lot of screens. But yeah, you could have just one screen with just like trading views to identify where the momentum's at. Personally, I like having multiple screens because I feel like it helps my focus, like to just stick to like one chart. Because if I have them all on like a bunch of like on one big screen, it's gonna confuse me. So I know that I'm only executing trades here. I'm doing all my analysis right here, and I'm doing my chats on this side, so that I don't get confused with stuff. There's another micro scalp right here, guys. Price came down, confirmed right there. Little micro scalp right there for a little. Looks like it came down about 4 points. But again, I wouldn't trade any micro scalps around this small area right here. You can see how price is consolidating. I drew this consolidation zone earlier this morning, guys, before market open, and it's still right down there, down the middle. So like I said, don't wait, wait until price breaks out of this area and confirms to take buys. I'll wait for price to break below this area and confirms before you start taking any sells. Because this area right here is not a good area to be trading in. It's okay for micro scalps, but I wouldn't take anything bigger than like a few points. It's just not a good area to be trading in. Let me scroll down real quick. Lila said someone wanted to know if I understood the micro strategy. I told them no, I trust you, so I'm following what you do until I fully understand micro scalping. Even after, I'm still going to follow what you do. You're going to teach micro scalp on Monday. Yes, so let me check my calendar real quick. Yeah, I could possibly teach next Monday. Next Monday is gonna be the 20th. It's Martin Luther King Day, so we're not gonna be trading that day, but I guess I could possibly I'll give you guys an update. For right now, I'll say that I will be having the mentoring session, but I'm not gonna confirm 100% yet. I'll confirm because I'm not sure if I'm gonna be around during that day. But yes, if I'm around, I will hold a mentoring session. We'll cover pretty much everything and review the micro. Well, we'll go back in time and we'll run the micro scalping strategy on previous days in different sessions so that you guys can see. And we'll run it on different assets too. I think that'll be fun, right? We'll run it on like gold, we'll do it on NQ, we'll do it on silver, crude oil, like all these different assets because it's pretty cool to see how it works. Like let's see, if you want to trade something like gold. So here's gold right here. The micro scalp here also works. You get the gold's actually a pretty good one because you look at the spread, it's like 0.1. There's like no spread right now. So looking at this, see how there's a buy signal? This could have been micro scalp right there. Again, right here, there's no fill, no fill. Right here, micro scalp. Right there, micro scalp. Right there, micro scalp. Right there, micro scalp. Micro scalp. Micro scalp and micro scalp. So like basically right here, almost every candle would have been a micro scalp entry. So looking at gold, there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 entries right here. And then price would have flipped down. You would have taken the micro scalp right here. There goes a win. No fill. Another win right there. No fill, no fill. Price flipped the other way. No fill. Little micro scalp right there, about 1 or 2 points. Micro scalp right there, 1 or 2 points. Micro scalp right here, a couple points. So I think gold might be a good asset to micro scalp on. Because the thing is, if you could find an asset that has like little to no spread, that's like the perfect asset to micro scalp. Like gold right there, it's 0.1. So if you look over here, like basically between, I mean, there's a lot of different opportunities here to take these entries. Yeah, so if you want to trade gold, you can trade gold. If you want to trade something like oil, I'm not sure which one is. I'm assuming it's this one. No, it's crude oil. It's not regular oil. SCL. Yeah, if you want to trade something like that, crude oil, you can do that as well. So we have a sell signal right here. No fill, no fill. Little micro scalp right there. No fill. Micro scalp right there. Big micro scalp. Big micro scalp. Small micro scalp. Decent one right there. No fill, no fill. Small scalp there. Decent fill right there. No fill, no fill. Small one. Small one. Decent one. And another small one right there. There's a whole bunch of opportunities here, guys. If you guys want to trade this. Again, we'll do that next Monday. And we'll look over let's look over some stuff there as they come up. Yes, Samir said like inform memberships, my mentorships. This was nice. Yeah, no, definitely. I used to have group mentoring sessions every Monday, but the problem is there's only a few people that would show up because it was like the middle of the day, so I would just stop doing it. So I'll do group mentorships like monthly. I think monthly is good because you guys can have a date to actually put on your calendar and sit in on, versus just having like every single Monday where only a few people can show up. Because it is like in the middle of the day. Let's see, Patricia's asking, Sean, stop order, limit order, Patricia. You want to do a limit order so that you get in at that exact price. If you do a stop order, they'll get you in if the spread is covered. So like, for example, if you put a stop order, Patricia, and say your entry is right here, right? But the spread's 2 points, it's going to fill you like down here. It could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. Like it'll be a good thing because it'll get you in a little earlier, but it's also a bad thing because you're not gonna get in at the exact price. So like if price doesn't even touch your entry, you can probably get in if the spread's too wide. So make sure you use a limit order so that you get in exactly at price. Let's go quick. Let's see, Samir's asking, are your indicators automated? Is it an option? So they're automated as in like, it depends on what you mean by automated. So like, for example, if you're using a support resistance indicator, it's automated as in like it automatically plots support resistance. So for example, see how I have the support resistance marked up right here? And see how these tools are here. So let's go back a little bit. Let me just replay the chart. So see how we have the support resistance on the chart? This is where it'll update. So if this is what you mean by automation, like automated, yes, it does automatically update. So when new zones get created, you'll see that the older ones will delete and the new ones will come up right here. So the indicators are automated with price. The thing is, they're not automated to execute trades. I mean, you can program them to automate, but you have to like use a webhook. I don't know if you're familiar with webhooks. Like you have to set an alert for the indicator. So for example, if you wanted to take a trade when you're doing momentum, so you would do something like this, momentum indicator, and then whenever you get a buy or sell signal, you can automatically place the order. But the thing is, you would have to set a webhook. I'm not sure if you know how to do webhooks, but that's how you would automate them on TradingView. Yeah. So you can't do them automatically. Like they're not back testing scripts. I mean, you can change into back testing scripts, but for the most part, to automate them, you need to have a webhook. I used to automate them before. I used to swing trade the momentum. So like before, it was like actually pretty easy. I would do momentum on like the 4-hour time frame, and I would automate my trades on like forex, right? I would trade currencies, and then like when I get a momentum signal on the 4-hour, it would automatically put me in the entry. So yeah, I did have it automated at one point, but I don't trade on the higher time frames anymore. I think the 1 minute is kind of difficult to automate. It moves too fast. So there's a lot of possibility of error. So for me, I don't like to automate the 1 minute charts. I'll automate the higher time frames, but not the 1 minute charts. Yeah, so Samir, another thing too with the tools, if you want to here, I'll put the link over here real quick. Let me see. I got the link here somewhere. Or yeah, when you sign up for the trial, so if you sign up for the trial, this is what the course looks like. The course explains every tool. So if you're curious, like what tool is there, like there's module 3 right here with the indicators. Every video here or every module has it as a video. So if you go to momentum indicator and you're curious how that works, this is what it looks like. There's a video explaining the momentum indicator, and if you want to see it in live explanation, like in the mastery class, right here it's also explained. So if you open the mastery class, it'll pull up a YouTube video like this. And when it pulls up this video, there's chapters here. So if you look down here, there's a chapter for momentum indicator, there's a chapter for the trend meter, there's a chapter for the pivots, there's a chapter for the SRV2. And you can just watch these if you want, if you're like curious what each indicator does. And this is all like on the free YouTube. So if you go to the YouTube channel, just go to playlists or just go to home actually. If you go to home and you go over here to mentoring sessions, I have 232 mentoring sessions. So this is like over like almost 300 hours of mentoring sessions. If you want to watch these, everything is explained here. So yeah, if you have free time, I mean, go ahead and watch the videos. I've been trading live for like 6 or 8 years now. So if you want to watch the previous live sessions, you can go over here too. So if you look at my videos, I have over almost 2,000 videos. So I've been trading live for like a couple years now. I have 1,055 live trading sessions. So I have almost like 1,000 hours of like just live trading, if you're curious to see any of my live trades from the past. I know it might seem like a lot of info because you're new here, but I've been doing this for years. Just live trading and trading my live accounts on here, stuff like that. All right, guys, getting close to 8 o'clock. We have, unfortunately, so looking at the market over here, guys, I mean, I wish there was trades for me to take, but I mean, realistically, there's not. You can see over here, it's just been down this middle area this whole time. I was waiting for price to break out of this area so I can take some scalps, but I mean, for the most part, it's been stuck within this middle area. I think this session was pretty good, though. It was really informative, even for myself, because I haven't answered questions in a long time. I'm typically just trading all throughout the session, but because there's nothing here to take, I'm kind of just I'm able to answer questions today. Let me scroll up real quick. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any. Yeah, y'all said today sounds like a mentoring session. Yeah, I know. A lot of questions today, but it's all good. Oh, nice. Sam's, it's my bad, Sam. I just saw your message. Sam said he took the trade earlier. Locked 110, 1,100 again. He said, I'm done, bro. So awesome. It freaking works. Yeah, great. It's good. I mean, it's super solid. I like the strategy. It's one of my favorites. Hey, Camel, what's up? Camel made it today. Glad you made it today to see how the strategy works. I use it to your advantage as well. Randy said the settings for the micro scalp you showed us are using flowbots. Yes, that is correct, Randy. So the settings over here, if you guys want to see my settings for my entries and my trailing stop, just go over here to the team chat. I tagged Vince in it. Right here, these are the settings for my actual entries, but my flowbots is copying it. So like whatever my main account does, these are my settings for my main account: 15 contracts, 10 stop loss, 100-point TP, 1-point trailing stop. Flowbots is following all the trades that my main account does. Let's see. Y'all said I wish we had one on order flow to see how we can merge K2 indicators for those on Quant Tower. Yeah, no, I agree with you too, y'all. I'm trying to get it over to NinjaTrader, but the platform is the code's different, so have my brother work on that. Lamar said microscalping looks amazing. Does it ever lose? Only lose around session highs and lows where you decided not to trade. So it usually loses when the volatility is flat. So if you look at our trades from last Friday, Lamar, so here are our trades from last Friday. We only had one loss. So we had 19 trades and just one loss. You guys can see the trades over here. We had one loss and it was only 10 points. So like we took 19 trades here. We made our profit. And then when the market got flat right here, that's where we took a loss because there was no direction. Price kind of came down, filled the order, and then it swung right back up. That's why for me, I stopped trading around 7 o'clock right here. You see how price starts to go sideways? This is where you get kind of messed up because it sometimes it doesn't even push like 1 point. Like price will just go back and forth, back and forth. So it does lose. The only thing is it mainly loses when the price is going sideways. So that's why for me, I trade right here between 6:30 and more like 6:35, because 6:30 is kind of crazy. So between like 6:35 and 7 o'clock is usually where I look for these entries. Because you can see how there's a directional push here. I get in really quick and then I'm done. Because once you hit 7 o'clock, like right here, the volatility is just flat. Right? Volatility is flat right there, and it's just not, it's not ideal market conditions to take these specific entry types. All right, so I think I answered all the questions. Guys, if there's any questions that I missed, just put it back in the chat. I'll respond to you right now. There's just a lot going on today and a lot of questions, but for the most part, we're about to wrap this up. It's 7:55 right now. Here are our profits for the day. If you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to send them in. I only took 3 trades today. So I took 3 trades today. These are my profits for the day. So I locked in, I guess I can do the math real quick. So 1125, 765, 980. 765, 765, 615, 1055, 765, 980, 65, 980, 765, 80. All right, so we're looking about 17,380 for the day. That's not bad for 3 trades. I think that's pretty good. So I just took 3 trades today. These 3 right here. They were like right back to back as well. So locked in these right here on my 20 Apex accounts, locked in 17,380. Not bad. About 1,000 per account. Obviously, some got less, but it is what it is. So this is like my goal, guys. My goal every day is to lock in basically this much profit, if not a little more, per day, just by taking a couple micro scalps here and there, and then just wrapping it up, right? I'm not getting greedy here. I mean, if you want to get greedy, feel free to get greedy. You can keep trading if you want. So if you guys have my tools here, again, if you want access to these tools, guys, if you guys don't have my indicators, it's just based off the momentum signal. So you don't really need all of these other tools. You really just need the momentum here. So you don't need the pivots. You might need the sessions to know where not to trade. But you can see over here, see how we have a sell signal? If you want to trade pre-market, you can do that too. We have a sell signal here. There's a bunch of micro scalp right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. So if you want to trade pre-market like at 5 o'clock, there's a bunch of entries right here. If you want to trade right here, this is like a London session. There's a bunch of micro scalps that still come up. You don't have to trade the same time I do. Like if you guys have my indicators and my tools, you guys can do this all day if you want. If that's what you want to do, you know, be my guest, guys. You can make as much profit or as little profit as you want. You just got to be smart about your positions. Don't like take every single entry. Like right now, I wouldn't take any trades right here. See how the market's like super flat? There's no direction here. It's just going back and forth, back and forth. I wouldn't take any entries here. I would only take these entries if price started to move in sort of a direction. Right, like what happened here this morning. I took my entries right over here when price was going downwards. So it's just up to you guys. If you guys want access to my tools and you guys want to do this on your own, if you guys want to go back test it, if you want to trade on your own and not be on these live sessions, just go to the website. Again, the website's kodikaitrades.com. Click on your free 7-day trial right here. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, cancel. No hard feelings. Come back on this live session and then follow us. I'm going to keep doing the same thing I do every day, and we'll just continue the process. You know, it's really just consistency and adapting to the current market conditions. This is the market that we're currently in, so I got a micro scalp right now until we get those directional moves. And once price moves directional, I'll take my regular scalps. But until then, I will continue to look for I will continue to look for these micro scalps, and we'll do this again tomorrow. Yeah, no, definitely, Samir. Yeah, like Samir said, just make an informed decision before spending. Exactly. You have a whole week to try it out. If you don't like it, then that's fine. But if you like it, great. Patricia, she's asking, did you get the question earlier, Patricia? So she's asking stop order or limit orders, only limit orders. I only do limit orders because if you do a stop order, so say for example, right here, see how the spread's currently at 2 points, or it's currently at 3 points, actually, it's pretty wide. The thing is, if you have a stop order, then it could fill you earlier. So say for example, you have your pending order right there, right? If the spread's at 2 points, it's going to fill you up here before it even touches it. And there goes another micro scalp. But if you have it set to a limit order, you're only getting in at this specific price. So only, damn, this is a nice micro scalp right there. Kind of wish I took it, but it's okay. That's a big one right there. You guys see how that micro scalp filled as soon as we just started talking about it. So the micro scalp right there filled, and this thing dumped. Like, let's see, would have locked in at least like 15 points right there, because it would have retraced up from this point. It's a really nice micro scalp entry. 15 points. Yeah, just make sure you do limit orders, Patricia, because if you do stop orders, it can get you in early, and you're going to be upset if it gets you in and you don't want to be in that position. It's happened to me before, like, you know, sometimes, and this has probably happened to you guys too sometimes, where like your order will be like right next to it. And then like, say for example, it's right here, but the spread's 3 points. because you got that 3-point spread, it actually fills you like up here versus down there. Sometimes it's good. It's good if it gets you in early, but then if it retraces on you, then you're kind of screwed because it technically wouldn't have filled. So yeah, all right, guys. I think that's it for today. It's 8:01. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you guys have profit to post up, feel free to send them through. Yeah, we did pretty good today. Locked in 17,308 for 3 micro scalps. Breakout for today, I didn't take it. Because I was looking for a bot for a sell, and it would have played out over here as well. So, all right, guys, I will see you guys back here on Wednesday for market open. If you guys have questions, feel free to hit me up on Discord. Otherwise, I will see you guys here tomorrow for the next live session. So, all right, guys.